R-Truth reveals his new look after Raw. What's next for Jey Uso after losing the World Heavyweight title? Ludwig Kaiser betrays Gunther? WWE officially confirms Mariah May's new name. The Rock's daughter drops a bombshell Evolution announcement. Triple H strips Iyo Sky of the Women's World Championship. Naomi and Jimmy Uso drop a rare personal update. TKO is going to sell WWE. Ron Killings outshines John Cena and CM Punk. R-Truth turns heel. Let's dive right in. What's next for Jey Uso after losing the World Heavyweight title? Jey Uso's 51-day reign as World Heavyweight Champion ended abruptly on the June 9, 2025 episode of Raw when Gunther pinned him clean to reclaim the title. The shocking loss sent ripples through the WWE universe as few expected the Yeet Master to drop the belt so soon after Money in the Bank. With Jey no longer holding the gold, what lies ahead for the 39-year-old original Bloodline member? Here are 5 potential directions for his WWE future. Number 1. Demanding a rematch with Gunther. Although Jey lost cleanly, he could push for a rematch against Gunther to reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship. The Yeet Master might confront Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, insisting on another shot at the Ring General. This could spark a new chapter in their intense rivalry, with Night of Champions 2025 in Saudi Arabia serving as the perfect stage for a high-stakes title bout. Number 2. Sliding back to the mid-card. Before his championship run, Jey was a fixture in the mid-card, often shining in the tag team scene alongside Jimmy Uso and the Bloodline. Post-title loss, WWE might shift him back to the mid-card on Raw. Jey could set his sights on the Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Dominic Mysterio, giving him a fresh goal to chase and a chance to rebuild momentum. Number 3. Entering the King of the Ring as a mystery star. The King of the Ring tournament is underway, with first-round matches heating up. One fatal 4-way qualifier features Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed, but the 4th participant remains a mystery. Jey Uso, now titleless, could be revealed as the surprise entrant. Winning the tournament would earn him a world title shot at SummerSlam 2025, keeping him in the main event picture. Number 4. Reuniting the Usos. A reunion with Jimmy Uso could be on the horizon, especially after the title change. The Usos back together could dive into the Bloodline saga on SmackDown, where Jimmy is caught up in the ongoing civil war with Solo Sikoa's faction. Jey joining his brother could lead them to chase the WWE Tag Team Championships, injecting fresh energy into the competitive SmackDown tag division and boosting Jimmy's spotlight. Number 5. Quitting Raw in a frustrated storyline exit. The title loss could push Jey Uso to a breaking point, leading to a storyline where he quits Raw out of frustration. This angle could signal the end of his main event push for now, allowing WWE to write him off TV temporarily. After a short hiatus, Jey could return to SmackDown, refreshed and ready to embark on a new chapter, possibly tying into the Bloodline drama or a solo run. What do you think Jey Uso's next move should be? Ludwig Kaiser betrays Gunther? Gunther reclaimed the WWE World Heavyweight Championship from Jey Uso in a hard-fought battle on the June 9, 2025 episode of Raw. But veteran wrestling journalist Bill Apter believes the Ring General might soon face a shocking betrayal from within his own circle. Ludwig Kaiser, a longtime ally of Gunther in Imperium, has been absent from the spotlight, last seen backstage on Raw in May. Despite his in-ring talent, WWE hasn't pushed Kaiser as a singles star, leaving fans wanting more. Apter, speaking on Unscripted, suggested that Kaiser's history with Gunther could lead to a blockbuster feud, especially now that Gunther holds the title again. The guy that I'd like to see come in all of a sudden, because they haven't done anything with him, is Ludwig Kaiser. So now Gunther has the belt again. You know, it would be a natural feud. I think the two of them could have a really good match against each other, but they need to rebuild Ludwig up again right now. For now, the WWE Universe will need to keep watching to see if Ludwig Kaiser steps up to challenge or betray Gunther. The WWE officially confirms Mariah May's new name. Former AEW star Mariah May turned heads with her surprise WWE debut on NXT last week. After being called The Glamour for a week due to a planned name change, WWE has officially confirmed her new ring name. This mirrors the approach taken with Ricky Starks, who debuted in NXT as Ricky Saints and got a new name a week later. On the latest NXT episode, a vignette introduced The Glamour, showing her in a bathtub applying makeup, slipping on shoes, and stepping out in a sleek black dress. Her new name, Blake Monroe, per Bodyslam.net's Corey Hayes on X. Blake honors her niece, while Monroe pays homage to the iconic Marilyn Monroe. Last week, May crashed Jacy Jayne's in-ring segment, which erupted into a ringside brawl involving several women. She wasted no time, declaring her pursuit of the NXT Women's Championship. It'll be exciting to see when Blake Monroe squares off with Jacy Jayne for a shot at the title. The Rock's daughter drops a bombshell Evolution announcement. Moments ago, NXT General Manager Ava, daughter of The Rock, made a game-changing announcement about WWE Evolution on the developmental brand. 2 weeks ago, Jacy Jayne stunned everyone by dethroning Stephanie Baker to claim the NXT Women's Championship. Last week, Jayne spoke about her victory, only to be interrupted by Lainey Reed, who called her a beatable champion. That sparked chaos as more women from the locker room stormed out, all gunning for a title shot, leading to a wild brawl. Blake Monroe, formerly Mariah May, also appeared, making it clear she's got her sights on Jayne's title. Tonight, Jayne faced her first title defense against Reed in a grueling match and managed to hold on to her gold. But the real shock came post-match when Ava hit the scene. She announced that next week, NXT will host 4 singles matches, with the winners advancing to a fatal 4-way match the following week. The victor of that fatal 4-way will earn the #1 contender spot and challenge Jacy Jayne for the NXT Women's Championship at WWE Evolution. It's anyone's guess who'll step up next week on NXT and who'll emerge as Jayne's next rival. Triple H strips Iyo Sky of the Women's World Championship. As WWE gears up for Night of Champions 2025, Triple H's creative team is finalizing the card, but Women's World Champion Sky's match remains unannounced. Sky was absent from Money in the Bank 2025 and only appeared in a backstage segment on Raw this week with Kairi Sane and Nikki Bella. Rumors are swirling that Triple H could shock the WWE universe by stripping Sky of her title for violating a long-standing company rule. Since 2013, WWE has mandated that champions defend their title at least once every 30 days to prevent inactive or injured champions from holding the belt. Sky's last defense was at WrestleMania 41, Sunday on April 20th, 2025, where she bested Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. That's over a month ago, and she's only competed in non-title matches on Raw since. Given these facts, Triple H could enforce the rule and strip the 35-year-old genius of the Sky of her championship as a storyline punishment. However, this move seems unlikely, as Sky has been a cornerstone of the women's division on Raw. Even Nikki Bella, a Hall of Famer, praised her backstage this week. Sky won the Women's World Championship by defeating Rhea Ripley on Raw and has been booked as a dominant champion, notably beating Roxanne Perez in a non-title match recently. She also hit a major milestone, surpassing 100 days as champion under Triple H's regime. While there's no immediate sign of Sky losing the title, how Triple H books her for Evolution 2 and SummerSlam 2025 will be telling. For now, the WWE Universe awaits her next title defense and opponent announcement. Naomi and Jimmy Uso drop a rare personal update. Naomi, fresh off her women's Money in the Bank victory, shared a rare glimpse into her personal life with husband Jimmy Uso on social media. At Money in the Bank 2025, Naomi outshined Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vacker, Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Roxanne Perez in a thrilling ladder match. In the final moments, it looked like Ripley or Bliss might snag the briefcase, but Naomi turned the tide, shoving both off the ladder and racing up to claim the prize. Following her triumph, Naomi posted a series of Instagram photos, likely from a photo shoot, featuring herself and Jimmy Uso. In the caption, she tagged Jimmy with a ring emoji, a sweet nod to their marriage, alongside credits for the shoot's team. Jonathan Fatu, Rashi Dazagon, Vance Gamble, Makeup by Dion, Vix Vixens, she wrote. This kind of personal post is rare for Naomi, who typically keeps her life with Uso private. Jimmy also celebrated her win on Instagram, sharing a photo of Naomi with the briefcase and praising her for backing up her words, urging her to keep soaring in her career. You said it, you did it, keep climbing. Trinity Fatu, he wrote. With the Money in the Bank contract in hand, Naomi has her pick of targets: Iyo Sky's Women's World Championship or Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Championship. It'll be must-watch to see when and how the Glow chooses to cash in. TKO is going to sell WWE. Since TKO acquired WWE in September 2023, the company has smashed financial records, but wrestling legend Jeff Jarrett warns of brewing backstage tensions and a potential sale if profits falter. Recent decisions by WWE CCO Triple H and TKO, like releasing talents to cut costs, have drawn heat, especially the controversial exits of R-Truth and Carlito. The fan backlash over R-Truth's release was so intense that WWE reversed course, bringing him back at Money in the Bank 2025. On his My World podcast, AEW's Jeff Jarrett dove into WWE's shift under TKO, contrasting it with Vince McMahon's era. Jarrett argued TKO prioritizes profit over fan desires and could sell WWE if it stops delivering high returns. To me, this is Jeff talking to Jeff. The clarity of it: at the end of day, Vince is a third-generation promoter, if you will. At the end of the day, every decision he made was based on what he thought the wrestling fan wanted. The rules are rewritten. Those rules no longer apply. TKO does what is best to get a return on investment. They are their master, if you will, and you can't serve two masters. Their master, if you will, is private equity. Their powers that be get the return on investment, the highest return they can possibly get. When they quit getting the highest returns that they can, they're gonna sell the asset, Jarrett said. Adding fuel to the speculation, Vince Russo recently tweeted a bold claim, suggesting Vince McMahon and Saudi partners might be plotting to buy back WWE. Russo hinted at a calculated plan, possibly in motion since day one. If you don't think there's anything there with Vince McMahon and the Saudis and their ploy to buy the WWE, it's because you don't know Vince McMahon. It's real, and it may have been the plan from day one, Russo tweeted. For now, there's no solid evidence of a backstage shakeup or imminent sale, but with TKO's profit-driven approach and whispers of McMahon's ambitions, the coming months could bring surprises. What do you think about TKO potentially selling WWE? Ron Killings outshines John Cena and CM Punk. Ron Killings, formerly R-Truth, made headlines with a standout moment on the June 9th, 2025 episode of WWE Raw, outshining even the blockbuster confrontation between John Cena and CM Punk. Killings' fiery promo drew more YouTube views than the Cena-Punk segment, a surprising stat given the hype around their announced dream match for Night of Champions on June 28th in Saudi Arabia. Killings, who returned at Money in the Bank 2025 after a controversial release, has shed his comedic R-Truth persona. On Raw, he dramatically cut his dreadlocks on the announce table and demanded respect for his real name, Ron Killings, signaling a serious new direction. At Money in the Bank, Killings made a shocking return, spearing John Cena, who had defeated him last month at Saturday night's main event. The 53-year-old's release earlier this month, when WWE declined to renew his contract, sparked massive fan backlash, forcing the company to bring him back. On Raw, CM Punk opened the show by challenging Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship, setting up their high-stakes clash in Riyadh. Yet, it was Killings' Raw promo that captured the most attention online. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo, speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, critiqued Killings' promo, arguing it missed the mark for casual fans. Russo suggested Killings should have leaned into his release and ageism angle to connect better with the audience. Let's look at truth tonight. The whole speech on top of the table. Bro, if I'm a casual fan, I don't know what he's talking about. So, truth, why don't you just say, they weren't going to renew my contract because I'm 53 years old. Say now, oh, I understand ageism. 53. By the fact that he's given 53, people are 53 saying, holy crap, he's 53. Now, all of a sudden, they're behind truth because he's 53. But the story he told, if I'm a casual fan who is not online, I don't know what he's talking about. Despite Russo's take, Killings' promo clearly resonated, outpacing two of WWE's biggest stars in online buzz. What do you think of Ron Killings' new direction and his feud with Cena? R-Truth turns heel. Embracing his real name, Killings demanded respect and signaled his first heel turn in years, a move that echoes John Cena's recent heel shift. The former 24/7 champion made it clear he's no longer a gimmick, stepping into a darker, more serious role. WWE is leaning into this transformation, releasing new merchandise under the Ron Killings name with the tagline Killing Spree. This phrase hints at a potential new heel gimmick, reminiscent of Randy Orton's legend killer persona, suggesting Killings could target big names in a ruthless campaign. While R-Truth was Killings' authentic self, this heel role as Ron Killings forces him to play a calculated character, a stark contrast to his comedic past. The haircutting moment was a bold statement, and with the Killing Spree branding, WWE seems poised to book him as a dangerous force. It'll be fascinating to see if Killings goes on a rampage and how this heel turn shapes his feud with Cena and others. What do you think of Ron Killings' heel transformation and the Killing Spree concept? R-Truth reveals his new look after Raw. Just hours after his dramatic transformation on the June 9th, 2025 episode of Raw, Ron Killings went on TikTok Live to show off his revamped appearance. After cutting off his signature dreadlocks during his intense promo, Killings revealed a fully shaped-up, clean-cut look, cementing his shift from the comedic R-Truth to a serious Ron Killings. I like this. I think this is more Ron Killings fitting right here. he said, showcasing the new style. He doubled down on leaving his old persona behind, stating, "You see what I'm saying? This is more serious. All of the dreads and the dye and all that, man, get out of here." Known for entertaining fans for years, Killings is clearly pivoting to a grittier image following his shocking return at Money in the Bank 2025 and heel turn on Raw. With WWE rolling out Killing Spree merchandise and his promo outdrawing John Cena and CM Punk's segment on YouTube, the 53-year-old is commanding attention. Whether WWE commits to this serious heel version of Killings long-term is up in the air, but he's all in on this new chapter. Do you think this intense Ron Killings is what WWE needs, or should he bring back the humor?